Recent conservation efforts in the North Country are looking to expand wildlife's biggest animal highway east of the Rocky Mountains. The Thousand Islands Land Trust recently acquired a significant plot of land in the Frontenac Arc in the North Country. This plot is along the wildway known as the Algonquin to Adirondack Corridor, which hopes to expand conservation efforts in wildlife protection.
So we identified those properties and realized, wow, we have an opportunity to see these lands protected. Meaning that, they wouldn't be unsustainably harvested, meaning that they wouldn't be subdivided and fragmented up into smaller pieces, meaning they wouldn't be extracted, there wouldn't be any mining or anything like that on the properties moving forward. So really, we're building off existing conservation lands and creating this safe haven for the flora and fauna that are there.
The land was previously on the open market, but was quickly picked up by the Land Trust as it was deemed an opportunity to connect tropical habitats to the northern parts of Canada. But how does this plot contribute to the animal highway? Tilt leaders said to think of it like a piece of a puzzle.
Is that if you're envisioning the Frontenac Arc, when you look at the map, there's a huge barrier, and that's the Great Lakes. While the Great Lakes are amazing, animals have to migrate, and you can't migrate over giant lakes. So it's this puzzle that we're trying to put together so they can have a pathway.
You have these islands, and these islands serve as stepping stones to cross the Great St. Lawrence River. And so we have all sorts of wildlife that will, both in open water times and frozen, winter time when it's frozen, they're able to use those islands as stepping stones to migrate successfully, both north and south.
These efforts will not only help moose, fox, birds, and turtles migrate, but it will also help mitigate the impacts of things like climate change.
And these lands are one, they're identified as climate change resilient, but two, we're dealing with a rapidly changing climate, and experts are saying that by the end of the century, the Adirondack Park is going to be more like Richmond, Virginia. So we have a lot of species that rely on those cold winters. And so they're going to have to go somewhere, and they're going to travel north. And so by conserving this corridor, we're making sure they have a safe highway to get to a place where they can live and thrive.
I find it really magical to think about that there are these pieces of property that have never had any development. Nobody has done anything on it. Maybe people hunted there one day, but that's been happening since the dawn of time. So that's okay. It's part of the cycle. We're doing this for present and future generations.
For ABC 50 Now in Watertown, I'm Isabella Colello.